Welcome everyone. We're going to be jumping into this Legacy of the Void game as we spawn up here in the top left-hand corner of the map. Top of the player representing Team Ascension. It is going to be the one and only Bones.
Yeah, it was pretty good as Bones guy. And then over in the top right side, we got Avilo, who's pretty mech kind of guy. Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's pretty mech.
I've got to say, you know, I think that we've talked a little bit, obviously, before because we were casting together. But what was your name, good sir?
I'm just Noob. I'm just Noob guy.
Noob?
Yeah, I'm just Noob.
Guy?
Yeah, it's just
right.
yeah, you know. So Vilo's over here he's done a build refinery because you get your gas, and if you have some gas, then you could even build mech stuff that Vilo likes a lot, and so he'll probably do that.
That is such an astute observation, Noob, because actually gas is so important, especially with the second gas guys are coming down. That's actually going to be a really big tell that Avilo is not going for a lot of the CC first, or, you know, a lot of other like heavy barracks play. He's going to be going up to probably an early factory, I'd imagine. So that's actually a really good point, Noob.
Yeah, some people say I'm pretty astute about things sometimes, but, you know, Tosis said, like, Cyclone's pretty good, so maybe he'll build Cyclones, because they're gonna kill stuffs, you know. They'd probably, like, kill a couple of stuffs, maybe even kill Zealot or a Stalker or something.
Yeah, we have been seeing the meta for PvT really develop into a lot of the Cyclone play, and the Cyclones have been really good at actually outranging a lot of the Protoss units and putting on some great harassment. A lot of Protoss players have been struggling to deal with it, but we'll see what Bones has in mind.
Whoa, check it out. Over here, we got Probe Guy. He's probably gonna make something. Oh, Stargate.
Yeah, Stargate come down
do you like Stargate's FearDragon?
You know, I think that Stargates have actually been really cool to see in Protoss versus Terran, just because the Oracles have been really changing the dynamic for the matchup. I know that we actually just recently cast, JaKaTaK and I, obviously not you and I, but JaKaTaK and I actually cast a really cool game that had a Protoss player really make use of a lot of that kind of Stargate play with Oracles and Stasis Wards, actually.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Stasis Wards?
They're pretty good, Stasis Wards, but he's building the Cyclone now, so it's pretty much, you just gotta watch out for Cyclone guys, because let me tell you about them. Cyclones, they're pretty fast, and they do a lock-on thing, and when they lock on stuff, it just pretty much, it dies, you know? Yeah. It becomes dead.
Yeah, they are actually pretty good at doing that kind of thing. Yep. It looks like, you know, another thing, Noob, that I've really learned throughout my time in StarCraft is that having a really good internet connection is actually really critical and a key component of the new meta in Protoss versus Terran. Because if you don't have a good internet connection, you'll get this dialogue pop-up that asks you if you want to reconnect, and usually you just won't.
Yeah, do you even want to reconnect though? Because maybe you should just try to reconnect. I don't want you to disconnect, FearDragon.
You know, I've been considering the options, the viabilities. There's a lot of different tech paths and choices you can go down. I think that reconnecting is usually the best one, but it doesn't seem like it's reconnecting.
No.
So I think that we might just resume the game.
Yeah, we could just even like try again. We just pick up where we left off in 2 minutes 58 seconds. Yep.
Literally, my internet is made of wood. Now my computer is actually pretty awesome, but my internet is made of wood. So, what are you gonna do?
You should probably upgrade to Bronze League internet instead of the Wood League kind of it. Probably.
I'm trying to go for the promotion, but it's pretty hard. I keep getting actually a 6 pulled by my internet service provider.
Wow, just real BM right there. That's not very nice for them to do that.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing that, but here's another thing I don't know, Noob, is why are the Phoenix popping out over here from Bones? This is not what I've been seeing a lot of Protoss players experiment with in Legacy of the Void. I've been seeing usually Oracles popping out.
Well, I think it has something to do with this Cyclone right here. Whoa, gets picked up right away, guys. Check it out. It's definitely gonna die right in his face. All the lasers are hitting him. Wow, it's just blowed up. Good job. Good job, Bones. Bones did a pretty good job.
He even keeps his probe alive, actually. That was getting focus fired down, so the Cyclone actually gets killed off with 0 kills. And Avilo also has a slightly later natural expansion finishing up.
Yeah, well, it's pretty good. And I think that the reason for Phoenixes are because of what you just showed there from the Cyclone. Because Phoenix is pretty quick, and you need quick stuff if you're going to do attacks against Cyclones. And Terrans really like the Cyclones right now.
Yeah, Cyclones have been really, really nice. And honestly, if your Phoenix control is also not super on point, you can actually just end up losing them to the Cyclones as well. So you got to be very, very careful with them.
Yep. Yeah, you got to be real careful kind of guy about it.
Yeah, well, Cyclone or Phoenix production actually stopped. So what do you want to see, actually, Noob? What do you want to see out of Bones in this game?
Carriers. Those are my favorites. Yeah. I want him to make Honduras carriers.
I guess he has a Stargate down. We could see carriers.
Yeah, he needs to build fleet bacon. And then as he has one of those, then he can make carriers. That's how you make them.
Well, we aren't going to have carriers yet, at least, Noob, but we are going to have something just as good. We're going to see battlecruisers coming out of Avilo.
Wow. Battlecruiser is pretty cool. They do teleport jump thing. It's pretty sweet. Whoa, there's a little bit of harassment coming over here on a Phoenix. Super fast. Fly away. And none of them even got killed. Nope.
Wow. Yeah, actually, these Phoenixes are working out pretty well versus the Cyclones so far of Avilo, but again, he hasn't been able to really move in and do a lot of damage to them. And also, I gotta say, battlecruisers, they got a lot of armor. They soak up the damage from Phoenixes really, really well. So I gotta wonder, is he gonna want to continue Phoenix production? No, we're gonna be seeing a Void Ray actually pop out.
Yeah, if you look at the unit tab, you see there's Void Ray #1. It's almost out. He's even going for another Stargate. And he knows what's going on here, because you got the Scout. This other thing Phoenix is pretty cool about. If you just fly around and stuff, you'd be like, oh, there's Fusion Core over here. Probably going to build battle cruisers. Because this is like the only thing that you get out of the Fusion Core's battle cruiser stuff.
Yeah, battle cruisers is going to be very, very helpful in this situation.
Yep.
And Noob, I'm kind of curious. What do you think about Avilo trying to go for this very mech-oriented style? It's a very new style, and do you think that he's going to need more starports? Do you think just Cyclones are going to be enough?
Well, it's really hard to tell because battlecruiser is pretty good, right? But what if he builds a lot of them? Will he even just win? I don't know.
That's a really good point, Noob, actually. So what you're saying is if he gets up enough battlecruisers, then he's just going to be into that really, really good, solid late game army. So that's actually a really good point. Avilo, if he gets into the late game, it's going to be a big kind of payoff with the battlecruisers. But
whoa,
he's actually
check it out. Hold FearDragon. Whoa, we got some stuff over here. We got some stuff. He's even, whoa, check it out. All right, so this is kind of like when Terran goes against Zorgs, and the Zergs are like, I'm going to spand away from you because I don't like you very much. And then Bones is playing like a Zerg. He's like, I'm not going to span towards the Terran. That's scary. And he spans over here far away.
This expansion is going to be a very interesting one. And it's also very interesting. We're basically seeing a mech style out of Avilo, but I don't see any siege tanks, no Thors, none of those other units. And I'm curious if he's just going to be making more Cyclones out of these factories. But hold that thought. Battlecruiser gets taken out by the Void Rays.
Oh no, all of Velo's stuff got killed. He's just trying to escape, but he can't escape because he's too slow.
Oh man, Battlecruiser is going to be soaking up damage from those Sphinx shots, but the Void Rays, pretty goddamn good versus
Velo's got to be really, really scared right now, because what does he even have over here? What does he even have at all? Does he even have anything? He's got one Marine. He's only got one Marine guy, and that's it. Oh no.
One Marine, not going to be doing a lot of damage, and he's got a lot of factories. He's got money to spend, but he needs to spend. Okay, he has a lot of. I don't think that a lot of factories actually
take a nap. I think Velo took a nap. What's this 8 p.m. anyways? Oh, I didn't mean to pause the game. Very sorry about it.
12.
12's pretty low. 8 p.m.
7, 6, 5.
Yeah.
4?
This is
12.
This
okay,
is,
he's back.
This is something that the people sometimes don't even know about Velo. That he's got a thing that makes him sleep all the time. So he probably just took a nap.
Well, that actually seems entirely possible because his APM did drop to 4 for a little bit. But you know what, Noob? Bones is a man of the people. He knows, he's heard that you want to see carriers, Noob.
Yeah.
He's making carriers.
I see.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me really feel warm and fuzzy inside. Yeah, like it has a teddy bear and I'm holding it in my arms, and it's very warm and fuzzy. Yeah.
What's better, carriers or battlecruisers?
Carriers. Carriers are the best. Yeah, well, because battlecruisers are pretty cool because they can just jump around all over the place. But the carriers, nobody even built them for so long. And they were just poor little carriers who could never even do anything. And SOS was like, I'll try to build carriers. And then no. And then Whitera was like, I'll try to build carriers. And then, but it was only on fun streams, not on a tournament. And then, so now, maybe carrier can come and play StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have been wanting to see the carriers make a return to StarCraft, and
yeah,
we'll see if this is the opportunity. Bones is actually the kind of player that would like to go for carriers. He's exactly the kind of player that will play toward those late game situations. And
yeah. Well, and because the thing is, the reason why carriers are way better now is because they build in only short amount of time, only 90 Heart of the Swarm times, and instead of 120 Heart of the Swarm times instead.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Now, we are actually also going to be seeing a lot of Widow Mines being produced over here from Avilo. So one concern that I have, and it's not because, again, we haven't seen carriers all that often. Oh, Cyclone's doing a lot of damage to Phoenix, but
that was a lot of damage there.
If enough Widow Mines go off on interceptors, could you just kill off a majority of the interceptors with?
Yeah, you could blow them up. You could blow them up. Yeah, because the Sentinel missiles from the Widow Mine, they deal 125 damage, and then, you know, it's enough to kill them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, that might very well be Avilo's plan going into this, as he's given up on his battlecruiser production. What?
Yeah, well, it would be pretty cool to see Yamato cannon stuffs, but he's just building more Cyclones. It's like I said at the beginning, Cyclones are pretty good, so he's trying to build good units. That's one of the tricks to play StarCraft good, is if you build good units, it really helps a lot.
Yep. Now we end up seeing Avilo start to move out onto the map. He's got a lot of Hellions. Actually, no Hellbat. I'm actually wondering how useful these Hellions will actually end up being, since Bones is not really even investing that heavily into a ground army. He's got a couple Archons, the Immortal, and this does create a bit of a weird predicament for Avilo. How many Hellions, how many Hellmats, how much of a ground army does he decide to make?
Whoa, looks like we're getting ready for a big battle over here, but I can't see anything on the minimap because this minimap sucks.
But I think that is an opinion that some people have shared about the new minimap. It's been a little bit difficult to see things.
That sucks.
But Avilo now moving into the center. He's actually going to be going after that Mothership Core. Mothership Core getting very low. It barely survives.
Only 2 hit points left. There's not very many hit points. He's going to have to be really careful, but it looks like he's not being careful. He's just going to die. No. Should have been careful. Should have been more careful.
Maybe if he'd listened to his mother, he'd be in a better situation, but
yeah, you should listen to your mom. Very smart.
He has a lot of carriers, though, and I think he still may be able to take on this army. I don't know whether Bones is just uncertain if he can take on this army, or if he just doesn't want to get too close to the Cyclones.
Where is he going? Does he think his opponent is down here? What is he thinking? This is not where it's happening. Whoa, whoa, we've got a little bit of harassment over here. The Warp Prism makes it away. We've got even a couple of these guys over here, but Widow Mine's pretty good. And we have 2 Zealots left, just wailing, just killing this refinery. Pretty good.
Yep, harassment over at the 4th expansion as well, but some Widow Mine's going to be burrowing over there and manage to kill off those Zealots as well. Planetary Fortress is going to be finishing up there very, very soon as well, so should be pretty well defended. But these two Zealots over at the third, still doing some nice damage.
Yeah, and he's even going to warp in some more stuff over here to defend, but no, giant army is better than 4 Zealots. Very important to know that.
Indeed it is. Now Bones, again, just sitting back. He's been getting up his upgrades, and I don't know, Noob, how do you feel about upgrades on carries? I think that they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good, because if you get a lot of upgrades, then they deal more damage, and they don't take so much damage, so that's good.
Yeah, and I mean, carriers are one of the most cost-efficient units to get upgrades on, just because you're upgrading not just, one individual unit that's attacking, once every 2 to 3 seconds or something. You're upgrading every single interceptor that fires twice, and it's a really, really big damage buff. But with +2 weapons, or +3 weapons now, I think he's going to be able to move in and do a lot of damage here. Oh
he lost a carrier to the Widow Mines, and that was pretty cool. And oh my god, look at all these Cyclones. They're all locked on, and he's going to try to kill him, but then he runs away.
Yeah, hallucinated Archons over here from Bones just to try and soak up those shots. And actually, if the Cyclones lock onto the Archon first, this is a really, really nice way for Bones to try and avoid that his carriers getting killed off by the Cyclones.
Yeah, Bones is a pretty smart guy, but Avilo's got more supply about it, and he's got Cyclones, which are good. So that might be too much for Bones to do anything about it.
Yeah, Avilo also has some pretty nice upgrades himself. Ooh. Widowmine's doing some nice damage over here in action.
Oh my god, all the explosions! Oh my god.
Oh, friendly fire. I think?
I don't even know.
Was there a lot of friendly fire there? I can't even tell.
FearDragon, I don't even know what just happened. I don't know. There were too many explosions to know what happened, but it looks like carriers are winning.
Yeah, carriers managed to clean up all of the Widowmines over there.
Yeah.
There's almost no anti-air left over. Even the Cyclone count is pretty low right now. I think Bones can continue to push on through.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to keep tacking there, and then maybe he'll be okay about it, but he's got pretty good micro with his Cyclones, and he's going to try to kill them, but oh no. What is he going to do? Is he just going to fall asleep again? Looks like he's just going to build 100 Widow Mines more, and then if he has them, maybe he'll be okay.
Yep, a lot more Widowmines coming out, but I mean, is he really going to be able to rely on those Widowmines to take out the Interceptors or even get underneath the carriers? It's going to be so
he released
difficult.
the Interceptors. Yeah, it was a pretty good move. You can release the Interceptors, and then they just hang out over in one spot and kill stuff.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to finish off that base as well as do a little bit of harassment to these missile turrets, and the rest of the carriers can actually move on into the natural expansion. Although Widowmines again killing off a lot of interceptors. Is there interceptor loss count? Yeah, there is. 116 interceptors died so far.
That's a lot of them. That's quite a bit of them, And look at all this harassment over here. We've got 2 Zealots and a Stalker just coming and being really annoying in the butt,
Yep, Stalkers and Zealots going to be taken out by the Cyclone, Hellion, Widowmine army composition from Avilo. But Avilo is really sticking to his guns with this army composition. He's just not changing. And I'm wondering how well this is going to work out, because he's still struggled to deal with his carriers with this army composition.
What is he even going to do about it? What is even a Terran supposed to do, FearDragon, when you've got 1 million carriers? What do you tell me? What are you supposed to do?
I don't know. Maybe the battle cruisers can work out if you Yamato cannon the carriers.
Oh yeah.
Of course, they use the release interceptors that comes out, but yeah, I don't know. It is a kind of difficult question that Terran players are going to have to start asking themselves, since carriers are much easier to get now. Yeah,
just start asking those questions, and then maybe you'll get some answers someday. But yeah, see, the problem over here is that they just do one attack, and then Veal gets mad and leaves.
Cannot confirm nor deny that is what happened, but yes, Bones ends up winning the game as Avilo finally taps out Noob. I thought that was quite an interesting game, a very different game than the usual PvT you end up seeing.
Yeah, Avilo didn't GG. That wasn't very nice.
Not very nice at all, but thank you guys very much for checking that game out.